On August 19th, I saw a video posted on YouTube from somebody who claims that the video shows free energy. That video, of course, shows a miracle happening. And here is the last 18.5 seconds of that miracle.
Alright, so let's try this out. Hold the magnet, find the distance that you need to get the motor going at its maximum speed.
Obviously, the gods are not intervening and violating the laws of physics and reaching their arms down there and spinning the little device, disc for this person. So, it is a fraud. It is, of course, so ridiculous that one can't call it a hoax because nobody with a functioning brain would believe it. Therefore, I call it a prank and not a hoax video. On October 21st, YouTube user Larry Lawrence Jr. reposted that video, and if you want to take a look at the entire video, I will give you 3 links to 3 places on YouTube where you can see that video in full. A lot of people, I guess, have left comments in Larry Lawrence Jr.'s comment section for that video, that version of that video that he uploaded. And a couple of them are obviously, I will be polite and say, not right in the head. Such as a YouTube user named Free Magnetic Energy, who appears to believe that since he or she has claimed that somebody, some mysterious person or agency, has remotely taken control of his computer and formatted his hard disk and erased all the evidence for free energy that he had. Can't imagine why anybody would want to do that. Good grief. There's one person who insists that the video is true because lawnmowers don't have batteries. You know, when you have a lawnmower and it runs off of gasoline and you have to pull a cord to start it, the reason you have to pull a cord to start it is because one end of the drive shaft has magnets around it, and there's an induction coil on top. And when you pull the cord, your arm imparts energy to the crankshaft, makes those magnets spin, and the induction coil fires the spark plug. Fuel is then added into the carburetor, and the fuel is ignited by the spark plug, and part of the energy from the gasoline makes the crankshaft turn, which in turn makes the spark plug spark, which ignites more fuel, and it will run as long as you have fuel. You don't have to pull start it again, because after that initial pull to impart energy to the spark plug, gasoline takes over. That is where the energy comes from. This clown, I forget user's name, either Rayburn96 or somebody else, I'm not sure, ARND2IT, I guess might have been the person, seems to believe that since lawnmowers don't have batteries and yet their spark plugs spark, then the video that I am making a reply here must be true. The answer is no! The video is a prank. It is not true. A miracle is not happening. The gods do not reach down and spin that disc for the person who made that video. It is not a miracle. It is not divine intervention. There is no such thing as free energy. I see that somebody has asked one of these people, these clowns out there, well, where do you suppose the energy is coming from? And he said, magnets. Must I repeat it again and again and again? For magnetic fields to produce work, which the spinning disk is doing, energy must be added to those magnetic fields. You cannot cleverly put permanent magnets together and make a device perform work without adding energy. So the video in question is obviously a prank, a fraud, a deception, a lie. I cannot imagine why this is not obvious to these clowns. And I also see that at least a dozen people, well, maybe a dozen, maybe 9, I haven't counted them. A hell of a lot of people have left comments for that video explaining that it is a fraud, a hoax, a prank, a lie, a deception. And yet these true believers still believe that the correct explanation is wrong and that a miracle is happening in that video. There are no such thing as miracles. The laws of physics cannot be violated. The gods are not intervening on behalf of the person who made that video to spin the little disc for them. This is so fucking annoying. It is also very goddamn sad. I noticed that there have been at least one person out there who tried to duplicate the prank video. And I will pull up the person's name. I will also add a URL to the original video that I found on the 19th. That person's name, YouTube user, is nievesoliveras or something like that. And he wrote, or she wrote, and I quote in full, "I have been trying to replicate your model and I have not been able to do so. Would you mind telling me the size of the mini-magnets you used?" Unquote. That pisses me off. These prank videos, these hoax videos, these frauds, these lies, these deceptions that these free energy clowns out there make, they are hurting people. They are squandering idiots' time and resources out there. I see that there's one person who says that he has expended hundreds of dollars and hundreds of hours trying to replicate the Newman motor fraud. That just pisses me off. It ought to be illegal for people to be making these frauds and then inducing victims to try to replicate those fraud videos. It is fucking impossible to duplicate because you have to cheat. There is no such thing as free energy. Get the fuck over it already.
Alright, so let's try this out. Hold the magnet, find the distance that you need to get the motor going at its maximum